Alright YouTube, what is up? We're going to see if we can capture any nighttime Pokemon. So let's get some Incense up. My favorite item. Let's see if we can attract this Venonat. That'd be kind of cool. Oh, there's a Pidgey. Got him. Alright, awesome. 100 Stardust. Now I have a total of 15 Pidgey Candy, so I could evolve this guy to be a Pidgeotto if I wanted to. I don't think I'm going to do that though. But hey, that's a good catch. Pretty early in the Incense. See if we can catch at least one more. Maybe this Venonat that it says is nearby. I think I have at least one Venonat right now. Sure do have a lot of Zubats. But I think I have at least one Venonat right now. Yeah, there we go. Not nearly enough candy to be able to evolve this Venonat. Let's see if we can capture one more Pokemon at least. Gotta be something around here. Check out this gem. That has a Venonat. And also a Pinsir and a Vaporeon. That'll be one that I'll have to go and try and challenge for Team Mystic here pretty soon. Which is my team. Team Mystic. Let's try and capture one more Pokemon. Spinning around, I feel like, helps the game to refresh faster, so maybe it'll show the Pokemon sooner, but maybe not. Well, while we're waiting, might as well talk about some of the stuff I did today. Well, for some reason, sometimes you just kind of get lost on YouTube. and something pops up and you feel like you have to watch it. So I ended up watching one of the songs from Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. It was that Go Go Joseph song. The scene where he's in a prison cell and there's the baker and the butler, and they come in and they talk to Joseph and ask him to interpret their dreams. Oh, I'll continue that story in a second, but here's a Pidgey. Another Pidgey. Get some more Pidgey candy out of this. Oh, I got him as he's trying to dodge. I don't think I've ever done that before. Should be able to capture him though. Awesome. Awesome. Another Pidgey to the collection. But I was watching that scene, and then for some reason you go and you look at the videos that are related or whatever, and one of the related videos was the full production of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat on YouTube. And so for some reason I felt like it would be appropriate for me to watch the entire movie production of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I'm still not sure what the whole premise behind that movie is. It's kind of confusing. They have school children watching a play or something like that. And then the narrator is like a teacher or something. I'm not really 100% sure how that movie production goes, but if you haven't watched Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, it's an entertaining watch. There are a couple really good compositions. I believe it was Andrew Lloyd Webber wrote the music for that musical. And of course he's probably the most famous musical composer or songwriter. I don't know if you'd call him a composer or songwriter, but he's probably the most famous musical person of all time. So I watched that entire movie today for some reason or another, and all the time I was, of course, playing Pokemon Go and trying to capture more Pokemon. I wonder if they have to if they're having to start telling people to stop playing Pokemon Go like in the movie theater. I would guess that there's probably a significant number of people that actually try to play while they're watching a movie in the movie theater. I'm also curious if, with the coming out of Pokemon Go, if we're going to see an uptick in the amount of Pokemon related media that's coming out. I remember when I was a little kid, of course, there was the original games. There was Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue, and then a little bit later Pokemon Yellow would have come out, but the Pokemon TV series came out when I was little too, and that was a ton of media. And then of course trading cards were already a huge thing, and the TV series with Ash Ketchum and Pikachu were just going absolutely crazy. People were I mean, people were fanatics. I can remember taping. The show ran on Sunday mornings, and I can remember having to tape the show because we would go to church and we had one VHS. My brother and I had one VHS that our parents allowed us to record Pokemon on, and then after church we would come home and have to sit through lunch, and we would impatiently eat lunch, and then go and rush downstairs to watch Pokemon on recording. I wonder how many of those we still have. I think we at least have a couple episodes still on that first VHS that we would use. Then I also remember the first Pokemon movie coming out, which was a movie all about Mewtwo. I can remember almost... I was a really little kid, and I can remember feeling so sad about the pain Pikachu was having. Oh gosh, and oh man, there's another movie. I remember going to the movie theater, and there were more than two movies going at the same time, but I remember there were at least there was another movie running at the same time, and it was some sort of controversial movie that criticized the Catholic Church. The movie might have been called like Dogma or something like that. That might have been the name of the movie, but I remember coming out of the movie theater and people were protesting this other movie with signs, and I was thinking, man, what do people have against Pokemon? And not really realizing that they're protesting the other movie until later on when I figured it out. But I couldn't understand why people had such a problem with Pokemon. If you're watching and you've watched this long and you've listened to me rant this long, be sure to hit the subscribe button. There should be a little button in the lower right. You can hit subscribe. Be sure, if you like this video, be sure to hit like and subscribe, and leave a comment. It looks like we have a Bulbasaur, a Bellsprout nearby, along with a Venomoth. A Venonat. And Pidgeotto would appear also. Got about 16 minutes left on this Incense. Gonna go ahead and see this one all the way through. Looks like that Bellsprout is getting closer. In the meantime, while we're waiting, been wanting to check out for a while my Pokedex. I'm up to Caught 35 and Seen 35. Kind of just want to go through some of these. Number 1, Bulbasaur. I've seen 2 and caught 1. Weight 6.9 kilograms. What would that be in pounds? That'd be 15.4 pounds minus 0.1 times 2.2 is 0.22. So around 15.38 pounds, something like that, and a height of 0.7 meters. I don't know how to convert height from meters to feet and inches. Type is a grass poison type. Actually, I don't think I realized that Bulbasaur was a grass poison type. Seed Pokemon. Bulbasaur can be seen napping in bright sunlight. There is a seed on its back. By soaking up the sun's rays, the seed grows progressively larger. Interesting. And as you can see, I haven't evolved Bulbasaur yet. Bulbasaur would eventually turn into a... I can't remember what the intermediate evolution is. Bulbasaur, and then Ivysaur, and then Venusaur. Venusaur would be the last evolution. But I just felt a vibration, so I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, got another Pidgey. I think I'm going to go ahead and just capture that guy, and then we'll go in and start looking at the Pokedex again. I believe the next Pokemon on the Pokedex is Squirtle, so we'll check him out. Him or her. Really, except for Nidoran, Pokemon don't really have a gender associated with them, so him or her, Squirtle. I've seen one and caught one, so my starter, which was a Squirtle, the first game I ever had, the first Pokemon game I ever had was Pokemon Blue. So, because Blastoise was on the cover of the old the cartridge of Pokemon Blue, I always was partial towards Squirtle. Seen one and caught one, weight 9 kilograms, so that would be 19.8 pounds, height 0.5 meters, type water. Tiny turtle Pokemon. Squirtle's shell is not merely used for protection. The shell's rounded shape and the grooves on its surface help minimize resistance in the water, enabling this Pokemon to swim at high speeds. Interesting. And of course, Squirtle has its evolution pattern going from Squirtle, and the intermediate evolution is Wartortle, and then Blastoise is the final evolution. Always have really liked Squirtles and Blastoise. Alright, so Squirtle was number 7, and then, well, we would see Bulbasaur would be number 1, Ivysaur would be number 2, Venusaur would be number 3, Charmander would be number 4, Charmeleon would be number 5, Charizard would be number 6, Squirtle is number 7, Wartortle would be number 8, Blastoise would be number 9, and then I have captured number 10, which is Caterpie. I've seen 6 and caught 4. I believe a couple of them ran off before I was able to ever capture them. Weight 2.9 kilograms, so that would be roughly 6.6 pounds. That's a pretty big bug. That's kind of gross. I don't think you'd be able to squish a 6.6 pound bug with a shoe or something. Not that I'd ever want to squish a Caterpie, but I mean, I don't know. I probably shouldn't squish things just if I'm afraid of them. But the worm Pokemon, Caterpie, has a voracious appetite. It can devour leaves bigger than its body right before your eyes. From its antenna, this Pokemon releases a terrifically strong odor. Ew. Terrifically strong odor. And we can see the evolution here is from Caterpie to Metapod, and then Butterfree would be the final evolution of Caterpie. So we can see Caterpie's number 10. Now let's go check out Metapod. I just evolved a Caterpie earlier today. I have another video if you want to go to my channel and check that one out, of my evolution of Caterpie to Metapod. I've seen one and caught one. Weight 9.9 kilograms, so that's about 22 pounds. Height 0.7 meters. Type Bug. Cocoon Pokemon. The shell covering this Pokemon's body is as hard as an iron slab. Metapod does not move very much. It stays still because it is preparing its soft innards for evolution inside the hard shell. Of course, we already discussed the evolution cycle of Caterpie to Metapod to Butterfree, and Butterfree would be number 12. I just felt a vibration. Oh, a Rattata. A wild Rattata appeared. Right in my face, too. Oh, he dodged. And he's attacking. Man, I need a... There we go. Alright. I think I just captured another Rattata. We'll get to him pretty soon here in the Pokedex. Him or her, again. Now that's 8,000 total Stardust, so pretty soon I should be able to do some pretty significant upgrades. Alright, the next one inside of our Pokedex is Weedle. If it lets me click on Weedle right there. Number 13, Weedle. Seen 9 and caught 9. So I haven't let any of these run away yet. Weight 3.2 kilograms. That'd be about 6.6 plus. That'd be about 7 pounds. Height 0.3 meters. Type Bug Poison. It's got that little poison dart on its head. Hairy Bug Pokemon. Weedle has an extremely acute sense of smell. It is capable of distinguishing its favorite kinds of leaves from those it dislikes just by sniffing with its big red proboscis nose. You can see the evolution cycles, Weedle to Kakuna to Beedrill. Now, I have all three of those. I have evolved one Weedle into a Kakuna, and I have captured a Beedrill, but I have not yet evolved a Kakuna into a Beedrill. Let's go and check out Kakuna, the next Pokemon in the evolutionary cycle for Weedle. Number 14, Kakuna. Seen 2 and caught 2. Weight 10 kilograms, that's 22 pounds. Height 0.6 meters. Type Bug Poison. Cocoon Pokemon. Kakuna remains virtually immobile as it clings to a tree. However, on the inside, it is extremely busy as it prepares for its coming evolution. This is evident from how hot the shell becomes to the touch. Think of that, a 22-pound cocoon clinging to a tree. I don't know how that works, how it would weight down a branch. I suppose 22 pounds isn't that much on a large tree. Interesting. And as we already have seen, the evolutionary cycle goes Weedle to Kakuna to Beedrill, so if I would choose to evolve a Kakuna, it would evolve into a Beedrill. Let's check out Beedrill now. Oh man, that's a very fluttery animation they have. Beedrill, seen 1 and caught 1. Like I said, I have not evolved a Kakuna into a Beedrill yet. weight 29.5 kilograms, height 1 meter. 29.5 kilograms, that's about 66, that's about 64.9 pounds. That's a lot. Type Bug Poison. Poison Bee Pokemon. Beedrill is extremely territorial. No one should ever approach its nest. This is for their own safety. If angered, they will attack in a furious swarm. And we've already seen the evolution of a Weedle to a Kakuna to a Beedrill. Alright, next Pokemon is a Pidgey. Pidgey's probably the Pokemon that I've seen the most of by far. As you've seen, I've seen 31 and caught 28, so I've somehow allowed 3 of them to get away. Weight 1.8 kilograms, that's about 4 pounds. Height 0.3 meters. Type normal flying. Tiny bird Pokemon. Pidgey, I don't know if a 4-pound bird is really a tiny bird. That seems rather large. And I just felt a vibration, so I'm going to go check that out. And it's a Weedle. Weedle is probably the second most common Pokemon that I've encountered since I've been playing Pokemon Go. That should be a fairly easy capture. I'm kind of disappointed in the variety of between day and night, what I've been able to see. Largely it seems that I've seen the same Pokemon whether it's day or night. So back to Pidgey, tiny bird Pokemon. Pidgey has an extremely sharp sense of direction. It is capable of unerringly returning home to its nest, however far it may be removed from its familiar surroundings. Evolutionary cycle goes from Pidgey to Pidgeotto to Pidgeot. I don't really know if I'm saying Pidgeot correctly or if it's Pidgeot. It might be Pidgeot. But Pidgey and then Pidgeotto. I've seen 3, caught 2. Weight 30 kilograms, that's 66 pounds yet again. Height 1.1 meters. Type normal/flying. Bird Pokemon. Pidgeotto claims a large area as its own territory. This Pokemon flies around, patrolling its living space. If its territory is violated, it shows no mercy in thoroughly punishing the foe with its sharp claws. We've seen the evolutionary cycles, Pidgey to Pidgeotto to Pidgeot. And finally, Pidgeot. Seen 1 and caught 1. I don't know. I don't think that's correct. I don't think I've seen a Pidgeot in the wild. I have evolved a Pidgeotto into a Pidgeot, but that seems perhaps their counters are working differently than I think they're working. But weight 39.5 kilograms, that's about 86.9 pounds, and height 1.5 meters. Type normal/flying. Bird Pokemon. This Pokemon has a dazzling plumage of beautifully glossy feathers. Many trainers are captivated by the striking beauty of the feathers on its head, compelling them to choose Pidgeot as their Pokemon. Interesting. Dazzling plumage. Alright, and the Pokemon that I captured earlier, Rattata. A lot of people really seem to like Rattatas, and also Raticates, which it eventually evolves into. I wouldn't say that I dislike them, but I've never really understood why they seem to be a more well-liked Pokemon. So I've seen 15 and caught 14. One of them has gotten away. Weight 3.5 kilograms, that's 7.7 pounds. Height 0.3 meters. Type normal. Mouse Pokemon. Rattata is cautious in the extreme. Even while it is asleep, it consistently listens by moving its ears around. It is not picky about where it lives. It will make its nest anywhere. Evolution, of course, goes from Rattata to Raticate. So let's take a look at Raticate. Scene 2 in Cot 1. Weight 18.5 kilograms, height 0.7 meters, type normal. Mouse Pokemon. Raticate's sturdy fangs grow steadily. To keep them ground down, it gnaws on rocks and logs. It may even chew on the walls of houses. Interesting. Well, I think that's going to do it for me for this session. My incense has worn out, and so has my speaking voice for now. If you stayed with me this long, be sure to click the subscribe button in the lower right, and also click that like button if you enjoyed this video. But for now, that's it from me. Thanks for watching.